Okay, we're going to look at metric measurements of length. So the base metric unit for length is a meter. All other metric units of length are described in terms of meters. So examine the meter stick. Now you won't have that at home, but you've seen one at school. Each large increment is 1 centimeter. How many centimeters are in 1 meter? There's 100. Oops, sorry. Okay, each small increment is 1 millimeter. How many millimeters in a centimeter? 10. Okay, so hopefully you remember that. This is all review. So what does the kilo prefix mean? That means 1,000. So how many meters are in 1 kilometer? 1,000. Complete the following. So 1 kilometer or kilometer, sometimes we say it either way, is 1,000 meters. 1 meter is 100 centimeters, and 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. Okay? Okay, so if you take a look here, meters to millimeters, that's 1,000 factor difference there. Okay, so reference, we talked about this for imperial. It's something that in everyday life that will help you remember. So a millimeter, what could that represent in something in real life? So something pretty thin, maybe like, so if you look at buying a pencil, it comes in, the lead is 0.7 millimeters. So that's, you can buy it thicker, but it's not really a normal thickness. Piece of paper is too thin, maybe a thickness of some cardboard. Or if you think about money, a dime is pretty thin, so the thickness of a dime might be a good one. Okay. Centimeter. So you could, if this is 1 millimeter and you want 10 of them, so you could go thickness of 10 dimes, right? Or sometimes you might want to think about, take a look at your cell phone. If you have one of the bigger ones, the thickness might be 1 centimeter, although 1 centimeter is pretty thick for a cell phone, but maybe for a thickness of a calculator, right? Of certain calculators. Okay. 1 meter, that's so it's a little longer than a yard, so it would really be a long stride if you're walking, more like if you were running. And then often for a lot of people it's the distance, so the length of your arm plus your hand, so of fingertips to your neck. And then 1 kilometer, you would, if you were walking at a regular pace, a kilometer is a lot. So think about 10 kilometers. Some people run that in, say, about an hour. So running for, so 60 divided by 10 for 6 minutes. Okay, at a good pace. So those would be mine. Then conversions, so millimeters the smallest, kilometers the biggest. So if you're going from millimeters, then you're going to need to divide by 10 to get centimeters, then divide by 100 to get meters, because the actual number has to get smaller as you're going from a small unit to a big unit. And then vice versa, you keep multiplying. This is really one big jump, right? So based on base unit of m, then millimeters, then kilometers, okay? So convert 5.6 meters to millimeters. So you're going to a smaller unit, so you're going to have more of them. So we're going to multiply by 1,000. Millimeters in a meter. And so that moves the decimal. You don't even need a calculator. So 5,600 millimeters. Then centimeters to kilometers. So you might want to do this, I sometimes do it in more than one step. So I want to divide this. To get to centimeters, to get to meters, I would divide by 100. So because there's 100 centimeters in a meter. So that's going to divide out these two zeros. So I'm going to get 7, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be meters. And then there's 1,000 meters in a kilometer. So then those three zeros divide out. So I get 750 kilometers. Okay, and then these are just exercises for you to do. The answers are at the bottom of the page, so I'm just going to leave those for you to practice and check at the bottom.